shelter. Pet Helpers is overflowing with kittens. Will an adoption event at the local mall put all of these tiny felines into a home before the shelter is forced to turn away other kittens?
Is this crowd going to keep coming? What are we going to do if we run out of kittens?
Is that all you brought?
That's all we have for right now. It is a little stressful to deal with. Difficult personalities.
A pit bull puppy that was rescued from a drug bust and a high-kill shelter is saved by Pet Helpers. But will his past haunt his future?
Easy!
Pet Helpers has organized an adoption event at one of the local malls. Due to an influx of kittens at the shelter, the staff must immediately find them homes before they completely run out of space.
Are you guys paying with cash, credit, or check today?
What do you prefer?
Anything you got.
This has been one of the most aggressive kitten seasons we've had in several years. We've been inundated with kittens, and they're just not going out the door fast enough.
We're really in a fight to get those animals out while they're still young because their adoptability decreases every month they get older. We have reduced adoption rates, and we're going to try to find a lot of kittens in great homes.
Just send people over here whenever I've told them to come to the table. So that way we know, because I don't want to just, assume that they have a home and then they don't.
But I've told them to take the cat with them.
Yes.
Okay.
Great. It's just really stressful trying to keep up with all of the animals and all of the people that are associated with this scale of an event. I'm trying to train 2 new volunteers. I'm also working with adopters. It's quite a few things on the plate today, but definitely worth it.
After just 45 minutes, almost all of the kittens have been adopted.
I had no idea it was going to be this successful, so that's why I'm like,
Amazing.
yeah.
15 adoptions in 45 minutes.
75% of our customers.
We only brought 20 kittens, and we've got a fair number of people here, so I'm a little nervous. I don't know if people are going to keep coming the whole time or if this is the beginning of the wave.
People keep coming by and they're like, oh, I came here just to eat cat. Are you sure you're all gone?
I know.
Is that all you brought?
For right now, yes ma'am. So that's all we have for right now, so it is a little stressful to deal with. Difficult personalities during a time like this whenever there's so much going on around us.
This is the first time we've done Kitten Palooza, so we're not sure exactly what to expect. So I'm going to fly back to Pet Helpers, pick up some more kittens, and head back to Northwoods Mall, and hopefully we can move these kittens as quickly as we've adopted the ones that preceded them.
Thank you for calling Pet Helpers. This is Josh. How can I help you?
Hey Josh, it's Kevin. I'm calling from Northwoods Mall and Kitten Palooza, and believe it or not, we're out of kittens already. I'm gonna head your way, pick us up some more kittens. So if you can pack up all the kittens that are left and get all their paperwork stuff ready, all their folders together, I'll help you pack them up.
All right, sounds good, man. I can definitely do that for you.
It may seem like I can just go grab cats and move on, but there's a lot of paperwork that goes along with this. Luckily, I was able to depend on Josh, and I know when I walk into Pet Helpers, he'll have everything ready so I can turn around and head back.
Time is kind of the essence because the kittens are running out up there and people are still sitting up there wanting more. So as long as there's people up there still wanting them, we're going to keep bringing them up there as long as we have them just so we can find them homes.
Hey Josh, you got the paperwork ready and everything?
Yeah, just finish them up, man.
All right, so let's grab a crate and help me let up these kittens. We're running against time here.
All right, I'll be right there.
It's packed over there. We're adopting kittens like crazy, which is a great problem to have. Hopefully this is the last trip, because I think this is the last of the kittens.
Do you know how many are coming? Because there's people waiting.
I think only like 7 to 10 because we're doing adoptions at the shelter too. So not a lot, but we'll see.
Really?
Yeah.
Jessica's an absolute pro at what she does, but I know she's looking at the numbers of kittens going out the door just like I am, and she's looking at the size of the crowd and probably wondering the same thing I am, which is this crowd going to keep coming? And what are we going to do if we run out of kittens? I have a couple people, volunteers who've come up being like, we got people waiting.
Oh, I know. It's probably like under so much stress.
Yeah, I know, and that's why I don't want to text him and bother him.
Well, right now I'm the most popular guy in Charles, and my phone has not stopped ringing. So I know they're anxious for me to get back, but we're moving as quickly as we can.
We've still got a huge crowd, and a lot of them are asking when the kittens are going to be here, and I just don't know what to tell them.
I'm definitely glad I'm not at Kitten Palooza today. They've got a lot of stuff going on up there. It's pretty hectic, so I'm glad I'm where I'm at here, you know, familiar settings.
I'm hoping that we can get there as quickly as we can, and I'm really crossing my fingers that the adopters are still waiting there. I have a boatload of kittens, and so hopefully we can walk in, the adopters are still there. You know, Lee and Caroline and Jessica did whatever tap dancing maneuvers are necessary to keep everybody there. We can walk in and we can make not only these kittens' dreams of homes possible, but also really complete these families, because that's what we're all about.
While the priority is to get as many kittens adopted as possible today, the rest of the staff still has to maintain normal operations back at the shelter.
Hi, this is Sarah. Oh, hi, how are you? My name is Sarah Weiss, and I just came to Pet Helpers replacing Kristen. I just moved to Charleston from New Jersey, where I was Director of Operations for a small shelter there. Oh, gosh. Let me see what we can do for you. Is it just one? So I just got a call from a local shelter. It's a high-kill shelter. They have a really sweet pit puppy that's in danger of being euthanized. They're completely overcrowded, and we're gonna try and help them out. Okay. Sure, we'll be there. Okay, bye-bye. So most of the staff is up at Kitten Palooza, and I need to find someone who can go pick up this pit puppy, so I'm gonna have to pull Josh away from the front desk, find someone else to cover him, and this is one of those times where we all just have to pull together and get it done. Hey, Josh, come here for a second. One of the local shelters really needs our help. They have a puppy that's going to be euthanized. They're overrun with space. I know this is normally not what you do, but everyone else is super busy. Is there any way you can go pick up this puppy?
Yeah, I've never done it before, but I'll be happy to.
The form's right here that they need to fill out. Directions are in the folder. You'll be fine.
All right.
Great. Thank you so much. I'll find someone to cover your shift.
I usually just have to sit at the front desk, so this is something a little bit different that I get to do, get out of my comfort zone, if you will, but in a good way.
Due to a lack of space at the local shelter, Josh will have less than an hour to pick up the puppy before it is euthanized. Kevin has finally made it back to the mall. He is hoping the potential adopters have chosen to stick around.
We're so grateful to Kevin for running back and getting more kittens, but he was only able to bring back 7 or 8, and we've got a good 15 or 20 people milling around. I'm worried that's not going to satisfy the demand we have, and I don't want to see people walk away disappointed. I said let's bring 40 or 45, and everybody laughed at me.
With just an hour window, Josh was able to scoop the puppy up from the local shelter before he was euthanized.
Hey, Jessica. We have a transfer?
What do you got?
Come here, buddy. Come on.
Oh my goodness. To see Josh pull up, it was a little shocking. He normally never comes back here, and then to see that he actually had a dog with him as well too that we were bringing in. I was a little surprised, but he was absolutely the cutest thing I'd ever seen.
Oh, pumpkin. Yeah, baby.
Hi, so cute.
Jessica's going to help me intake him, which means basically we just have to give him any kind of vaccines that he may or may not have, test him for heartworms, weigh him, and do a general behavioral assessment just to make sure he doesn't have any kind of resource aggression.
Let's go. So what was his story?
They actually found him in North Charleston on a drug raid, like a meth house got raided, and after they made all the arrests, this guy jumped out the window. That's how they got him.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And look at you. You come from somewhere like that. Oh, goodness.
It makes me feel really good knowing that he came from a bad situation and that we now have him and he's safe.
34 even.
Oh, wow, you're a big guy.
We hope that he's in good health and that he has a chance to grow up and we don't have to worry about any kind of issues with him.
Back at the mall, kittens are being adopted left and right. However, one kitten named Shakers isn't getting the attention the staff had hoped for.
Why has no one scooped this one up?
She's a little crazy. She's just been running. She'll run to like the end of her leash and then, jump up and down. She's just been crazy.
Well, she's also older too, too, so she's the most playful one we have. Shakers is scratching and she's biting and she's being really playful, so it's really turning a lot of people off.
I'm really worried about her adoption chances. Unfortunately, she plays with her claws out and doesn't realize when to stop with the teeth.
Oh yeah, she'll do great for someone with a dog or someone with another cat who wants like a companion animal. Because when she calms down, she'll start purring and she'll be really friendly.
That's why I really liked hers, because yeah, she purrs and it's really loud.
Yeah, no, Shakers is my favorite. I'm kind of sad she's still here, yeah.
It breaks my heart that Shakers hasn't been adopted yet. She plays a little rough, and that may be what's turning people away. Staff kind of expects that, and so we know how to handle it, but it may be a turnoff to someone who's just meeting her.
The adoption doesn't work out for any reason. Please don't relinquish them to another shelter. Bring them straight back to us over on James Island. We'll take them right back in. So.
You're never going to be able to eat. You really thought you were?
I know. I thought I was going to be able to eat. It's fine. Caroline, will you hand feed me?
No, I won't hand feed you. I love you, but not that much. Thankfully, everyone who showed up to Kitten Palooza got a kitten, and nobody walked away empty-handed. It was such a relief when this day was over. This took a lot of work from everyone, especially Jessica. We did 43 adoptions in less than 2 hours, and that's a Pet Helpers record, so we're really happy with how today went. Shakers is the only kitten coming back to the shelter with us. We really hoped that she was going to find a home, but this just means we need to work harder at finding that right person for her.
I just wanted to thank you again for all the good press that you got yesterday on Kitten Palooza. That was super. It was a good event. We got everybody adopted but Shakers.
I know. Poor Shakers. I hated bringing her back.
I know she's just about to move out of that cute kitten stage, and the chances go down so much. I've got this great idea I wanted to see what you thought about. There's this guy that volunteers with us here at Pet Helpers, and he was telling me that he has trained a cat like that. Yeah.
You can train cats? When Lee first told me about this idea, I thought it was kind of crazy. I've never heard of cats being trained before, so I'm a little skeptical, but we'll give it a try. Anything to get Shakers adopted.
Back up, little boy. Back up.
Jessica is taking the pit bull puppy out to the yard for a meet and greet with another staff member's dog named Ryan to test him for behavioral aggression.
It could go one of two ways. Once again, we don't know his background, we don't know his history. He could come in and they could not get along.
Let's go.
Oh no, Ryan, look! Easy!
First reaction, they were really, really high energy, going straight for each other. We couldn't really tell what kind of straightforward it was, whether it was an aggressive straightforward or if it was just a, oh my goodness, I want to play with you. Ready? Go. After a second, we realized that they were calm and we were able to drop the leashes and let them actually play and run. It helped us know that we're not really going to have any issues behavioral-wise.
What do you think about a name for him? He kind of looks a lot like Ryan.
I think it should be Baby Ryan.
The white half of his face looks exactly like him. We started thinking about it and thought the best name for him would be Baby Ryan, since they look so similar. It's a cute name too, so why not?
You know what's amazing to me is the fact that he came from this situation and is this happy.
I know. They are so cute.
To see how friendly he is with other dogs, it just helps improve the perspective.
And pit bulls aren't vicious animals like everybody thinks they are.
They're even drinking out of the same water bowl
They're drinking
together.
out of the same water bowl together.
A lot of people see pit bulls as aggressive dogs that are just born and raised as these mean, vicious beasts, and they're not. It is the individual dog and how they're raised and how they're taken care of as to how they will act later on in life.
One of the next things that we should do is just kind of maybe try to work on his basic obedience, try to help him learn a little bit more to get him adopted faster.
Definitely.
Knowing that he did so well with this first one gives us hope that he will be more than what we expected him to be.
Sturgeon, a professional animal trainer and volunteer at Pet Helpers, has been called in to work with Shakers on her behavioral issues.
I posted a video online of me training my cat, and Lee, who I've known for a long time, saw that and called me and asked if I could try working with Shakers.
I think if there's any chance for Shakers to become a good adoption candidate, She's gonna have to have some training, and I think Van's the guy to do it. Van! Oh, it's good to see you, darling. Give me a hug.
How are you? Cat.
Oh my gosh, do we have a problem. We had all these kittens out at the mall last weekend, and the only one left was Shakers. And she's a sweet cat. She really is a sweet cat. It's just that when you go to love her, she kind of gloms onto you, and blood is drawn, and things get ugly from there. I hope he can pull it off, but I'm going to have to see it to believe it. So I'll make you a bet.
Okay.
Okay?
$5.
$5? How about dinner?
Okay. All right.
Deal. Okay.
I'm gonna win a free dinner. That's how I feel about this. Here we go. I'm just gonna try and get an idea of what motivates Shakers and what problem Shakers has. We tend to focus too much on the negative behavior, and so I'm gonna be focusing on her positive behaviors that I wanna see her repeat.
Oh my gosh.
That's okay. That's why I wore jeans. So let me see what happens if I pick her up. Yeah, she doesn't like that. She reacts when people pick her up. Now, we don't know why that is. It could be that she had a really negative experience, that somebody picked her up and squeezed her or hurt her. People pick her up, she bites, they put her down. So what I'm doing, I'm picking her up, she's staying calm, I'm putting her down. If she were to bite me, I would not put her down. I would let her continue to bite me.
Well, you sacrifice for your work.
I do. So that was for coming towards me. Okay.
She can associate that?
Yes. I use a method of training called clicker training, which means I make a clicking sound when she does the behavior I want. The click is then followed by the reward. The reward in this case is a mouse. So I'm going to ignore her till she does something I like. Then when she does it, I'm going to let the little toy mouse come out and see if she can pick up on the fact that, when I do this, the mouse comes out and I get to play. I could later teach her, jump on this on cue and you'll get the mouse. Or I could teach her sit on cue and you'll get the mouse. Or I could teach her down on cue and you'll get the mouse.
I'm usually an optimist, man, but I think you're going to be feeding me dinner soon.
Shakers. There we go. So that was for looking at me. That's for walking calmly by me and looking at me. Very nice. So that's a sit, right? So I click right at the instant her butt hit the ground. Just by virtue of the fact that I'm tall and to look up at me, it's easier if she sits. I just waited for that to happen, and eventually she started sitting. Very nice. There we go. Very nice, Shakers.
That's incredible.
She's coming and sitting beside me like a dog. Watch. She's got it.
Oh my gosh, I think I'm going to end up owing Van a dinner for this. I'm amazed at what he's done. I've just never seen a cat like relate to a human that way.
So this is the first training session. This is showing her that these are the rules. They're pretty simple. If you do what I want, and she'll learn, oh, if I do this behavior over, I'll get the mouse. I could also click for her lying down like that, but I don't want to confuse her right now and put too many behaviors on the table. Just one or two at a time.
Okay.
At one point she lied down, and that was just her relaxing. And I was really happy to see that, especially because she let me pet her. And that was a real big step forward for her.
Look at that.
She was purring.
The difference between when we first came in and now has been incredible. It's a different cat. I wonder if you can teach this to the rest of the staff, because whenever we get a cat in that is kind of a little crazy, it'll help us to be able to get that cat ready for adoption.
When I picked her up to take her back to her cage, she was perfectly relaxed. And that's just a great feeling to know you've made that sort of commitment to an animal.
I honestly did not think you could pull it off. I didn't think cats could be trained, but hey, you learn something new every day.
This is the cat that was terrorizing.
Yeah, out of 20 kittens, 19 went immediately. You know, I think this training is going to be good for her, to let her know she's in a safe environment, she's where people are taking care of her, she can relax. I mean, we could all learn that lesson.
You owe me dinner.
I do. I owe you dinner.
I think I've been able to demonstrate to Lee that it's possible to work with the cat like shakers and make real progress even in a short period of time. And if we can continue doing that, I think she'll get adopted. But most important of all, Lee owes me dinner.
I guess that'll teach me to bet Van on something because I owe him a dinner, but I have to say, that's not a bad bet to lose.
I'll get you to repeat that behavior too. That's what I want.
No, I'm not making any more bets
more
with you.
dinners than one. Okay.
Thanks, Van.
A local college student is filling out an application to adopt baby Ryan, but the staff is worried she might be too young to adopt. Courtney is only 19 years old and the required age to adopt is 21.
Was he ever abused or anything?
He's super smart. He's very food driven. The biggest tip that I can give you though with him is getting him enrolled in basic obedience training and keeping him as socialized as possible with other dogs.
This is a great place that we have for these animals, but they're not meant to stay here. We're not a sanctuary. We're an animal shelter and an adoption facility. So if the right opportunity comes along, we're going to take it. And then what we'd have to do is make sure that the one that Danya's going to okay it, which did you?
I want to talk to the landlord.
Okay, that's what I was going to say. We have to talk to the landlord too.
All right, that's fine. I have to talk to my mom.
Okay.
Yeah, and as soon as you get in touch with your mom, just let me know and I'll call the landlord because as long as the landlord doesn't have a problem, then he's yours.
Cool.
Danya is willing to look past Courtney's age, but before baby Ryan can be placed into his forever home, a background check will be necessary to ensure he's going home with a responsible adopter. Today on Give Me Shelter. While Jason and Brian search for a group of feral puppies, an unforeseen issue arises.
You got a problem, man.
Two emaciated stray puppies are taken in from a local animal control facility. But will the condition of their health prevent their adoption?
It's going to make people really hesitant about adopting them because it's so dangerous.
A cage-reactive dog is pushing potential adopters away. Can the staff make her more presentable while trying to find her forever home? Jason is on his way to meet Brian Foster at a nearby neighborhood called Sol Legare. Over the last decade, feral and abandoned dogs have been spotted in this area.
Sol Legare is a little bit of a funky situation. We've been trying to provide food for them, but we can't necessarily take in any of the adult dogs.
Dozens of dogs and puppies have been rescued from Sol Legare, but the remaining dogs in this area are so feral that no one has been able to catch them. The leader of the pack, Queenie, has given birth to more than 300 puppies in her lifetime.
If we can catch her and get her fixed, that would be a huge step.
Over the last several months, Jason and Brian have been trying to trap, spay, and neuter the remaining feral dogs to prevent new litters from being born.
It takes forever to get out of shelter, man. I'm sorry.
Been working with Jason for like 4 years. It's just a good feeling to know that you're saving animals and giving them a chance, because they wouldn't have a chance otherwise.
I met Brian, I guess, my first week up at Pet Helpers. Basically, we're stuck at the hip. We're always together.
Some of the locals have reported seeing puppies roaming around the area. The first place Jason and Brian are going to look is inside an old abandoned house where they have been spotted before. The remains of the abandoned house are on the verge of collapsing, so Jason will need to get in and out safely and quickly.
Tell my mother that I loved her.
Hey, Nicole, I just got these dogs from Folly Beach. They were found running at large, and they're pretty emaciated and underweight. So I got a call this morning from Folly Beach Animal Control, and they had picked up 2 puppies that were abandoned in the streets late at night. Went over there first thing this morning, picked them up, and brought them in for intake. All right, so I have to run and go get Alexis. And are you guys good?
Yep.
To do it full intake, they're underweight, so make sure that you give them a little bit of food, not too much.
You get to name them?
You get to name them.
Okay.
Name them something cute. Hey, thanks, Nicole. Sorry. Yep. Normally I would stay and help them complete the intake, but because I have to get my daughter, she is more than capable and will do a great job of subbing in for me.
It doesn't look like anything's been in here in a long time, so I'm gonna back out.
Thankfully, there are no puppies living in the deteriorating house. The next potential area is deep in the woods, where Jason and Brian have found puppies in the past.
I'll stay back this way, and then if you go out there, and that way I can yell if I see anybody running.
See anybody coming back this way?
Come back out.
All right. I'm just glad that they haven't had any babies in here, man, because if they were having babies in here again, that's pretty bad. So no pups underneath the house, so it's time to check the woods. There's lots of snakes and spiders out there for me to crawl into. Not really excited about it, but I gotta give it a shot.
Typically, Jason runs full bore into the woods or up under buildings and so forth looking for puppies. I typically stay back to make sure no dogs or puppies come running out.
I grew up in the mountains running barefoot. I don't think I had shirt or shoes until I was about 16.
Hey, Jason, where you at? You still back there?
You tell him I'm coming, Queenie. Come. You tell him I'm coming, Queenie.
Jason is on a mission to find a group of puppies that was spotted by the locals a few days ago. But after coming up empty-handed and walking through a forest full of spiders, he's ready to move on to a new location.
Yeah. That's nasty, dude.
I heard 2 dogs barking and then they got quiet, so
yeah, I think
wasn't sure what was going on.
It's rough in there, dude. Spiders that big. I don't want to go back in there. Oh, I can feel them on me. Can't find any dogs in the woods. Can't find any in the old house. It's time to hit Mosquito Beach, which is across the street. We have a large group of dogs that hang out underneath the restaurant. Who should we be looking for over here? Boss Man, Hershey, Wes.
9 feral dogs make up the 2 packs that live on Sol Legare, but not all of them are spayed and neutered, and recently, a few dogs have gone missing. While Jason and Brian continue to search for the puppies, they are going to try to take a head count for the remaining adults. If they are lucky, they will grab the ones that need to be fixed.
Hey, baby. Well, come on out. Come on, babies. Come on, babies. Well, I can hear dogs around Thelma's restaurant. You've really got to be sneaky to run up on them, but I know that they're out here because I heard them. I'm gonna do something real stupid. Yeah, I'm gonna crawl underneath there. They're gonna either go out that way or right at me. I'm gonna go for a mauling.
Gotta go up on the porch.
Watch them scatter. All right. So I'm gonna do something that I haven't done in the 3 years. I'm gonna crawl under her restaurant and see what I can find. Maybe I can flush them out. Wish me luck. Oh yeah. Keep talking to me, keep talking. Here I come, baby. Take you home. Back to Soul Sanctuary.
2 puppies. I need you to help me.
Okay.
I have a long history with pet helpers. I started volunteering here 7 years ago. I moved to Ohio and came back, and that's when I ran into Mari. I really fell in love with him, got back into fostering, and didn't really want to work in food and bev anymore. You know, I love animal welfare, and I was able to get a job, went through the interview and everything, and been working here ever since.
Ed has only been working at Pet Helpers for a few months and is still learning the ropes. Throughout the intake process, Nicole will be training Ed on the important steps of how to treat the stray puppies.
These guys look pretty thin.
Yeah, we just have to be really careful about feeding them. I know that when they're skinny, everybody wants to give them a lot of food, but they can only eat in small portions multiple times throughout the day so that they slowly gain weight, because a lot of food, it'll stretch their stomach out, they can get stomach aches, they can vomit. When we get skinny puppies, or we get puppies that have been abandoned, or it looks like they've been dumped somewhere, it can really affect people emotionally. So I'm hoping that, you know, everything I'm saying is definitely getting through to him. Hopefully, even though he's quiet, he's getting all the details and really learning from this experience. We've got a boy is the dark one, and the girl is the brown spotted. So what are you thinking?
Biscuit, maybe?
My pit bull's name is Cassie, and her nickname is Cassafras.
Yeah.
So I think I'll name the little girl Sassafras because she looks just like my little Pitty. They're so cute. You know, I wish I could take a puppy home. I've got too many, but I don't know why anybody would either dump them by a restaurant or they happen to make their way there from a bad situation.
Oh yeah, bite me in the face. Let's get it over with.
I see you. It's cool.
I am kind of pushing my luck crawling into their den. I probably should be worried about getting bitten, but I'm not. All right, Brian, I got 3 of them.
Standing on the porch, I can kind of tell where they are, and they're moving around and where they're going to. It seems like they're kind of protecting something, or certainly not wanting us to be there.
All right, they're going out the back, Brian. It's Boss Man and Hershey, and I can't tell who the third one is. Scattering. Oh, I can't catch them. The closer I crawled to them, they just barked, and then ran off.
We saw 4. There's typically 5 dogs on that side, so we're curious as to what's going on with the 5th dog.
Brian, we got a problem, man. Brian, we got a problem, man. What? I don't know if it's a pretty boy or pretty girl, man, but she deteriorated. Unfortunately, I did discover one of our missing dogs. It looks like he was shot and ran back underneath the restaurant, and I guess bled out while he was underneath there.
Might be Pretty Boy. Pretty Boy's been missing for a long time.
Pretty Boy's a yellow lab that I haven't seen in about 4 months. Last time I saw him was when we had an incident out there where a couple of the dogs had been shot. Finding him dead is certainly sad.
It was like they were laying around him. Why would they lay around him? Wouldn't they stay away from the deceased? Wouldn't they?
Part of the pack, though.
That's pretty crappy.
Jason is a very emotional guy, and I think he's closer to animals than he is to people.
It makes me tear up. I hate losing any of them. This is like the 3rd one we've lost. It's unnecessary problems.
After something like this happens, it just makes us want these dogs protected, because they're out here on their own. Nobody's really taking care of them, and the biggest harm that's coming to them is happening from people.
Since it is not an option to adopt the feral dogs that live on Sol Legare, Jason and Brian have decided to build sheds for them so they can at least be safe and have a roof over their heads. This will also improve the chances of the puppies being born in a more secure area.
The goal is to get this fence built, and as soon as we can get it cleared out, sheds built, fence erected, then we've got to try and herd the dogs into the fence, which is going to be a different challenge on its own. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do that yet, but it's going to happen.
So
17.2.
17.2. All right, so grab the girl and we'll see if she's under or over that. All right, one more time. Yeah. So 16 even.
Both puppies are extremely emaciated, but Nicole and Ed are more concerned about Sassafras's bloated belly, which could mean she has worms or a serious disease.
They have any kind of fever or, their gums start to pale or vomiting, diarrhea, we have to make sure that somebody's giving them fluids.
I am concerned about these guys because they are skinny, they are emaciated, so it's gonna take a lot of effort and a lot of heart to keep these guys on the track to where they need to be.
If they haven't been on any preventative, then they could already have heartworms even though they're so young. And that's gonna require treatment, and it's gonna make people really hesitant about adopting them because it's so dangerous.
Nicole and Ed will run a series of tests and administer vaccines for both puppies. After roaming around the streets on their own, it's possible they could be carrying a number of diseases. Not every dog does well living in a shelter. Gemini has become the most cage-reactive dog Pet Helpers has seen in a while, and her barking has pushed potential adopters away while also provoking other dogs.
Gemini was an owner surrender, and she came to us with many issues. She's incredibly fearful. The whole world scares her, so she can be scary sometimes. And we try our best to do whatever we can for the dogs, but it's still a shelter. It's not a home. They're still behind a door. They still hear other dogs barking. So it's just not an ideal setting for a dog that already has issues.
It echoes in our shelter. It drives other adopters out, drives us crazy, and it makes the other dogs just raise canes. They all sound off together. So if we can't get Gemini to be quiet, then we have a problem getting adopters on the floor.
In an effort to relieve Gemini's stress and calm down the rest of the dogs, the staff is now looking for a foster home for Gemini in the hope that she will be adopted out from there.
All right, man, so if you'll check out Gemini, man, she's super cage reactive, man. I don't think she's gonna get adopted acting like this. You walk by the cage, she freaks out on everybody like she's some vicious critter, but she's really a sweetheart. Obviously, my first choice for a foster for Gemini is Brian. He has a great setup at home. He's got great dogs that love everybody. So I'm hoping Brian will take her in as long as he can. He's my #1 choice. Please, Brian.
My immediate reaction is that she does seem very reactive. She does bark. It's a little concerning.
Yes. See how she takes in the yard, come on. She's a little bit of a puller, but she's really just excited. Super sweetie, gets along with almost every dog that we put out with her.
Dude, that's our shed for Sol Legare. Why would they set it up out here?
Standing in the yard, I noticed that one of my Sol Legare sheds is halfway put together. So I'm gonna have to talk to somebody about this one, because I need that. That is stupid, man. That is absolutely stupid, because I cannot put that on the back of a truck and move it. It would fall apart.
It's been a few days since Biscuit and Sassafras arrived at the shelter. Today, Ed and Nicole are visiting with the puppies to see if their weight has improved. After a full examination, it has been determined that Sassafras's bloated belly was caused from overeating at the animal control facility.
I think that we see a lot when dogs are recovering and when they've been through, a big trauma, that people really like to step in and kind of be a hero for them.
It's a big hero factor with these guys.
Yep. I would love for them to go together. Unfortunately, it's really uncommon for people to get 2 dogs, and especially with puppies, it's double the mess, double the training, double the food, and a lot of times people aren't prepared for that, so we are really cautious to who would take on that responsibility.
Although Nicole and Ed are hopeful that the puppies will find a permanent home, it will take several weeks for them to reach a healthy weight.
That's not cool. I think that's our shed. That looks exactly like the rest of them.
Hey, how you doing? Just out of
curiosity, was that in the garage? Is that in the shed that was in the garage?
Yes.
In the box?
I sent an email to all the admin staff and Kevin asking if anyone knew whose it was or what it was for, and Kevin said, go ahead and use it.
I'm pretty sure that's my Sol Legare shed. Fairly certain. It'd be nice to be included since I do work here. Don't just take stuff. I need it. I can park my motorcycle in it now. It's in a perfect spot, but
No, we need it. We need the storage.
I need the storage for dogs.
We have here. Come on.
The sheds are basically acting as their shelter because they're right now they den under houses and so forth. So it's just big areas that they can all kind of den together.
We need storage space. He needs a space for the dogs, so we're gonna have to figure out what to do.
Hi, pretty girl. What you doing?
So Gemini seems to be digging Brian. Wasn't very cage responsive to him. He's got some super dogs at home, so you know maybe it'll work out.
Once you get her outside,
She's awesome.
amazing. So we'll keep the shed that we already stole from you,
All right.
and we'll replace it with another one.
So since they're taking my shed for supplies, storage, they're gonna get me a new shed. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get a better one now. Huh.
Well, even though he overreacts sometimes in these situations, it always ends up being okay because he's passionate about it, and I get that, and that's Jason, and that's one of the reasons we love him.
So what do you think about Gemini?
She seems like a real sweet dog. I mean, we'll
Yeah.
see how she gets along with my pack of 3. So once we got her out in the yard, she really warmed up. So I'm gonna call my girlfriend and see what she says about having a 4th dog in the house. I know we've got a foster at home right now, but I was just wondering what your thoughts were about having a 4th dog in the house for a while. Really? It doesn't look like it's going to work out at my house. I already have 3 dogs, one of them being an adult foster, so just a little too much on our plate right now. But I feel confident Pet Helpers will get her out of the shelter and in a better environment.
Today, during a routine playtime in the yard, Gemini has caught the attention of some potential adopters.
You saw Gemini? Isn't she cute? She's a great, great dog.
Gemini.
What do you think? You like these 2? You like you.
She's like, yep, I picked you.
You gonna come home with us?
This is great. Oh my gosh.
After seeing how calm she is outside of her cage, Kaylee and her roommate Angela have decided to take Gemini home, where she will spend the rest of her life in a cage-free environment. After just a few weeks at the shelter, Biscuit and Sassafras were adopted into a home together. Today, their owner Andrea has brought them back to Pet Helpers for a follow-up.
How we doing?
We're doing great.
Oh, we gained some weight and we got taller. Oh. The dogs looked great. They had gained weight properly. They were lively. They were barking, jumping, just playing with each other. And that's a great sign that they're being fed right.
They just loved each other so much and wanted to be together, and we just decided to get them both together, and we're glad that they did because they're like best friends. Aww.
It feels great that we got them a home, a nice place to live. Every animal deserves a good place to call home, just like we do.
Today on Give Me Shelter. Pet Helpers saves 14 dogs from being euthanized at another shelter. But can the staff handle this sudden surge of animals?
Okay, turn of events. We need to get them spayed and neutered and out of here.
What?
Jason and Brian rescue a litter of feral puppies. But will they adapt to their new environment?
If we can't get these guys to eat, they're gonna starve to death. Now, Brian's got a good hand when it comes to these puppies, but they gotta eat, or they're not gonna make it.
I got a call from a local shelter this morning that they're filled to capacity, and they asked us to pull some adult dogs and puppies. They were slated to be euthanized this afternoon, so of course ran right up there and took as many as we could. The most rewarding things about the job is to do transport, because we actually are able to physically pick animals up from hours away from being put to sleep and take them to a place that they'll never have to face that again. The puppies are going to go into foster care.
Okay. So not even overnight, they're going straight into foster?
They should be going right into foster care.
Okay. Got it?
It blows me away. No matter how many transports I go on, I still cannot believe they were going to be euthanizing that afternoon for no reason. Some of them do have very treatable conditions like heartworms, but the shelters just can't, they don't have the resources to treat it, and it's really sad. Oh, he's my favorite, little Reese.
He's cute. I do think she's the prettiest, though.
Yeah, both of these guys, they said were there for a while. Now let's go finish pulling the crates and then...
Okay. This one's my favorite.
Oh, we gotta move the puppies.
Yeah.
Jason and Brian are heading to Sol Legare, an area that has become a haven for feral and abandoned dogs. This is their second attempt to find a litter of puppies that was reported to the shelter. Dozens of dogs and puppies have been rescued from Sol Legare, but the remaining dogs in this area are so feral that no one has been able to catch them. The leader of the pack, Queenie, has given birth to more than 300 puppies in her lifetime.
We had somebody call and say that they'd seen some puppies, so we're coming out here again to look and see if we find them.
I'm not sure if we're gonna find anything. Sure hope we do. We hadn't found any in a few weeks.
There's Queenie. Yeah. I mean, she's dropped.
Yeah, I thought it was a futile expedition, man, but
she's had puppies.
That looks like puppies. Her memories are full of milk, so she must have a litter out here somewhere. We're gonna find them if I have to spend the night. Let's check the hot spots, man. Because if they're there, if they're here, they're gonna be there.
She's getting loud. There must be
something going on, man. She's raising Cain, dude.
All right, ready? Now you're in charge of making sure that they don't go flying.
There we go.
Oh.
Yeah, this isn't bad. Are you okay on that end?
Yeah.
Okay. Whenever I see puppies that come from high kill or high euthanasia shelters, it always makes me pretty sad, and all these cute little puppies we just got could have been next. So I'm really, really glad that we were able to pull all of them, and now we'll be able to find everybody forever homes.
All right. Eagle has landed.
I think they look like little pitty?
Yeah, their mom's a pit bull.
Oh, you saw her?
Uh-huh.
What'd she look like?
She was gorgeous.
Where is she?
She's there. We have plenty of pit bulls. It's tough on me because I want to make my staff happy, and I know that they have such big hearts, and it makes me feel awful when I have to tell them, no, I didn't take that dog. We were not able to accommodate her at our shelter right now. The priority was to get the puppies out of the kennel, but they assured me that they will do everything they can to try to get her into a good situation as well.
That was a potential foster, so I'm gonna call her. Hey, Elizabeth, how are you?
Bethany's working right now on trying to figure out where we are going to place the puppies, as well as some of our adult dogs that were just pulled.
Puppies are very susceptible to any kind of disease. Their immune systems are obviously weak since they're so young. For them to be in this environment for any period, especially over a 24-hour period, is detrimental to their health. So I have to call all the fosters and arrange foster times, foster pickups.
She's going to try to figure out some people that can come and pick up now, because if they don't, we're not really sure where we're going to put these dogs.
All right, I'm gonna look under here first.
The puppy's chances of survival are slim right now because of the risk of disease and predators, like foxes and coyotes, so they must get them into a safe home as soon as possible.
If I don't get them now, then I might not ever catch them. Once they get to be 10 weeks old, they're running. Huh? I see lumps. At least 4, man. At least 4. That's getting weird with Queenie because she's always stayed at a distance. She's getting more comfortable coming a little bit closer to me. Sooner or later, we're gonna come to a head, and it'll probably be when I'm stealing one of her kids. Hey, man, I can see him underneath here, man. I see a bunch of little bodies, man. I gotta go deeper. If I yell, will you please grab the back of my feet and pull? I will grab you by the feet and pull you out. All right, hold on. One's kind of running to me. You keep crying, baby. That's all right. Let's go. I'm going home. All right. All right, can you pull your hands over here, Brian? Yep. Got it? Got it. All right. Oh, I got you. Come on. Ow. Oh, dude, man, these guys are young. I think they're just a little over 2 weeks. No wonder Mom's mad. I'm so sorry, Queenie. I feel awful taking these kids. I feel like I'm kidnapping these puppies. I know I'm doing the right thing, but I'm not exactly making friends with these guys doing this, so. That's right. Go in there with your babies. Oh, yeah.
It's always nice to know that we've got them in a controlled environment. They're not out there in the woods and starting to get cold outside at night, so we don't know, what would happen if they were to stay out there.
All right. So mission 1 accomplished. Puppies in. Now we need fosters.
Yep.
Got to get the puppies into foster homes right now because we don't want them in the shelters. What they do have, immunity-wise, are from their mother, and that won't last very long. So the sooner we can get them into a foster home, it's the most sanitary environment they can be in, less likely that they'll come down with anything if they don't already have it.
As Jason and Brian are getting ready to leave with the puppies, they notice an unfamiliar face. A new dog has appeared on the scene.
Come here, girl. Come here, girl. Come here. Come here. Come here. Somehow she's been let into the tribe of Sol Legare, and she's not feral, dude. She's completely domesticated. Can't get this new kitty to get close to me just yet. She's hanging out with Queenie. Sooner we get her, the better, because she'll learn how to be feral if we don't get her while she's still domestic. Can't really take her right now because I don't have permission. Not that I ask for permission too much, but I can only get in so much trouble one day at a time, you know? Well, this makes, how many litters for her do you think this makes? I mean, it's for us.
She's probably had at least 200, 300 puppies in her lifetime.
So 6, 7 litters that we've stolen from her. I'd be mad at me too, man. Come on, Queenie. Come on, come on, follow your babies right on in the car, girl. What you waiting on? All right, man, so you ready for 7 babies in the house?
Yep.
All right. Go team. Go Team Sol. Come on, girl. Jump in the car. Got the babies in the car. We're gonna get out of here. Queenie's raising hell. We'll grab some meds from the shelter, and hopefully we can find a foster aside from Brian.
Jason and Brian will get the puppies vaccinated at the shelter before feeding them at Brian's house, where they will stay overnight.
The idea of this whole poll was to get dogs for the fashion show. The Spitz and the Dachshund are 2 of the best looking dogs to go to the fashion show. So we have to see if we can get her spayed tomorrow. Maybe we should go address this right now. I need my phone. Okay, let's go to the spay neuter clinic.
Pet Helpers is participating in a puppy fashion show in a couple days. So Danya and Bethany will need to make sure that one of the dogs, named Pearl, is spayed in time for the event.
Is there any way that you guys can get a Dachshund spayed tomorrow? Yeah?
Awesome.
Nice. All right, great.
Even though tomorrow is Dr. Love's day off, he has decided to come in and spay Pearl so she can make it to the fashion show and hopefully get adopted at the event.
So then why don't we hold off putting her in foster care then
As long as we have space for.
Yeah.
While Danya and Bethany sort out which dogs need to be placed into foster homes, the staff continues to vaccinate the puppies.
Hi guys. Hi guys. God, those brown ones are huge. So these puppies seem bigger than what we were told. We thought that they were 6 weeks, but they seem bigger. And so we were thinking we were going to have to find foster homes for these guys, but now I'm not so sure.
Sarah decides to take another look at the paperwork and realizes that they were given the wrong birth date.
Wait, Bethany, we don't need foster.
Hold on, well, can you hold on for 1 second for me?
What? Yeah, turn of events. They're not 6 weeks, they're 10 weeks old. So we don't need fosters for any of them. We need to get them spayed and neutered and out of here.
Elizabeth, this is Bethany. Can I call you right back? So, after a long day of calling and finding foster homes for these puppies that were 6 weeks old, it has been determined that they are actually 10 weeks old. Therefore, they do not need foster.
Maybe we need to go back to the spay neuter clinic now and find out what they can do.
Yeah, I was just going to say,
okay.
We have genders, so we can just...
All right, let me go find out.
Oh, God, okay. Oh. So now it is my job, at the end of the day, to call all these fosters and disappoint them with telling them that they do not have a puppy to pick up. Hey Trish, how are you? Hey, it's Bethany from Pet Helpers. So, just kidding on the puppies. Okay, yep, you're looking at me. I'm taking you.
She little teeny tiny ears.
Jason and Brian are back at Brian's house with the 7 puppies they rescued from Sol Legare. They have been vaccinated and are now ready to have their temperatures taken.
98.6. Yeah. It's a little low.
For his first puppy, he's got a low temp, and it's not good. It's not good. We need to keep it around 101, 102, something like that.
All right, baby. 98.4. Come on, we can go some more. We can go some more.
If they start dropping below like 100, 101, then they're gonna freeze, they're gonna get sick, they're gonna die. Away from their mother for the first night, they're in the house for the first time. This could potentially be bad. I think we can bring them back, I'm just worried.
What happened is the paperwork said that they were 6 weeks, but when we got them here, they reevaluated the paperwork and they're actually 10 weeks. So we don't even need to be putting them in foster. We're going to try to get them straight in surgery and just get them adopted. All right, thank you, honey. Bye-bye. So after nonstop hustle and bustle since 9 a.m., I have called everybody, I have found fosters, I have let the fosters down, but it was all worth it because the puppies will be adopted, everybody's happy and healthy, and we again have saved some lives.
So now the workload has turned from finding foster care to the actual kennel staff at the end of the day having to come together to not only name the puppies, but get them completely medically intaken and then set them up to spend the evening here. So it's a lot of work in a short amount of time.
All right, and I am done. I know it would be very helpful if I did stay, but as far as intaking, don't know too much about it, so it wouldn't be very helpful.
And you're leaving now, huh? Okay. Alrighty.
But I'll be in a little early in the morning to make sure the rest of them are taken care of to go first thing.
Okay.
Despite having to stay late at work, the staff must come together to make sure all of the puppies are healthy and ready to be spayed and neutered by tomorrow morning so they can be adopted as soon as possible.
Hey, Sarah.
Yeah.
All right, front desk is gonna not like this, but someone's gonna have to stay late to intake them.
There's 2 of them.
I know, but I'm just saying. No one's gonna like it, but want me
to come up with you?
Yeah, and just, we'll have to make it clear they have to be intaken before they leave.
Yep. Yeah, let us go break the news, so. Unfortunately, it is the end of the day, and the front desk staff is not going to be happy about having to stay to get them in, but it's part of the job. Okay, guys, we need to put the 9 puppies into the system. Because they're being spayed and neutered tomorrow.
It just has to get done, like,
now.
Yeah.
I was a little less than happy, just because it had already been a long, stressful day.
Now they have to stay probably the latest because they can't do what they need to do until we finish what we need to do with intake. So they are staying, but I don't think they're happy about it.
All right, Peppermint. No longer a number, now a name. They need to be weighed, they need all their shots. It's all hands on deck, we're all in there. Cat staff is helping even though they are puppies. We have 2 of our techs from next door at the spay neuter clinic, so we're all pitching in to get these guys intaken and into our system so they can be adopted.
The puppies' temperatures are still low and now they are refusing to eat. Without food in their bellies, they may not make it through the night.
If we can't get these guys to eat, we're gonna starve to death. Now, Brian's got a good hand when it comes to these puppies, but they gotta eat. They're not gonna make it.
Just come on it. Just come on it. At that age is when they would be feeding off of mom, so the bottle is the best thing that kind of imitates what feeding off of mom is like.
Okay. Come on. You're just chewing. You're not getting any. There's a couple drops. Oh, you got it.
Oh, he figured it out?
After a couple attempts now, they're starting to eat. They're getting the hang of the bottle. It takes a little bit of encouragement and them being hungry enough. Kind of have to get it right there at the right temperature and then they'll get the hang of it.
You got tweezers?
Got a tick?
Yeah.
A teeny tiny ticky? Little baby ticky on a tiny puppy?
Ticks can cause Lyme disease. Lyme disease is known to kill dogs and definitely kill a puppy. These guys have no immune system. So a tick can be a big deal. Do you want to hold her while I try to get this tick, or do you think you can get this tick?
I'll see if I can get it.
Oh, I got it.
All right, you got it.
You probably should have tweezers to make sure you get the head out, but I think I got it fast enough before he dug in. Hopefully, this is one of a million things we're gonna do to save these puppies' lives, starting with the tick. I mean, who sleeps like that? Really? She could care less.
Having 7 little bottle babies is a lot. By the time you get done feeding the 7th one, it's almost time to start feeding the first one back again.
Brian's not gonna sleep because these guys are gonna eat every 2 hours. So this is a lot for anyone to handle, but if anyone can't handle it, it's Brian.
I just caught a big pee right down my shirt.
Well, dude, we should get a picture with my poo and your pee. Puppy love.
If we can't find fosters in the next day or 2, they'll certainly stay with me until that time comes. But we've got a great group of neonatal puppy fosters that know what to do and know how to take care of these guys.
Dude, this is beyond cute, okay?
Now that all 7 puppies have been fed, their temperatures are slowly starting to rise. Brian will keep a watchful eye on them overnight and make sure they are fed every 3 hours.
I'm gonna go change out of my pee shirt.
Why? I had my poo shirt on.
Tell you guys and all this? What? The puppies were born in the kennel. The mom came in, I just realized.
The mom came in pregnant?
Yeah, and they came in and they gave birth right there in the kennel.
Oh my goodness.
Isn't that horrible to give birth in a kennel?
I don't know, I've never done it. I can imagine.
Josh can drive me crazy with his sense of humor because sometimes he just doesn't know when to use it and when not to use it, and now is not the time.
Animal welfare can be a very stressful type of environment. I make jokes about everything. She is short, so some of my jokes do go over her head sometimes.
So this incredibly chaotic day is finally over. I'm so proud of how everyone worked together. It's what makes me most proud of Pet Helpers, and I love being a part of this organization because of how everyone gets together really well and gets the job done.
Through all the complaints and the hiccups, at the end of the day, we have some really incredible people that are all here for the mission and for the long haul.